Welcome again to the Old Principal 老校长的节目。我就是老校长 I am the old principal, and we have another English lesson for you today. Well, recently we've been telling some of the stories from my life. Today will be no different. This is a snowstorm. It's hard to see because this is a nighttime picture, and it's a storm, of course, 暴风雪, okay, not 雨. This is cold, it's snow. And it says stalled in a blizzard. Stalled is a 抛锚. The car is stopped in a blizzard. Now, before we go into detail, I just remind you this is number 275, and we will listen to the story first. And after that, we will be back. So stay by.
Story 275, Stalled in a Blizzard. As we entered the Columbia River Gorge, the wind as usual picked up in intensity, but this howling wind was carrying snow. There were many cars on the road that day, and I dare say but few of them were prepared for a blizzard. Somewhere up ahead, the driver of a large 18-wheeler lost control of his big rig, and it jackknifed across the road, blocking all westbound traffic. What happened next was an inevitable chain reaction. Cars and trucks stopped short of each other. In some cases, there were more accidents as cars to the rear were unable to brake in time. Fortunately, in our case, the blinding snow had already slowed us down to a crawl, and we stopped without any difficulty. And now came the big wait. We sat there in line for quite a while, with the headlights revealing the howling blizzard outside. There was no problem, so I thought, because the heater in the car kept us all toasty warm and we had plenty of gas. The car in front of us moved. Thinking that the traffic was moving again, I let out the clutch, but instead of going forward, I killed the engine. No problem, I thought. I'll just start up the engine again. But it wouldn't start. Next, I turned off the lights to conserve the electricity. There just wasn't enough juice to start the engine. Now we had a problem. None of us were dressed for the blizzard, and by now everything was black, and the air inside was becoming chilly. Remembering that there were some blankets in the trunk, I got out in the icy blast and got them. About this time, the traffic started to flow, but we were stuck. An elderly man and his wife offered to take Connie's sister and the other girl on to Portland. That left the two of us alone to wait for a tow truck.
Okay, as we entered the Columbia River Gorge, remember Columbia River is a big, famous river in the northwest of the United States. Okay, so Columbia, 哥伦比亚, okay, Columbia River, okay, 河, and gorge, 河谷. Okay, so as we went into this gorge, now you remember a gorge is like a valley, only the sides are much more steep and it's much more narrow, 比较窄. Okay, and as usual, as we entered the gorge, the wind, as usual, picked up in intensity, 开始激烈起来, it picked up in intensity. In other words, before we entered, almost no wind. But when we entered, there was wind. Okay, but this wind was howling, a howling wind, and it was carrying snow. Okay, howling, 这个呼啸着 okay, howling wind. Well, you know what that is, 风. But what about it? It was carrying snow. 它是带雪 okay, it's carrying snow. Going on. There were many cars on the road that day, and I dare say but few of them were prepared for a blizzard. Okay, let's take a look at this. There were many cars on the road that day, and I dare say, 我敢说, okay, dare say, that few of them, 很少有些是准备好碰到一个暴风雪. A real serious blizzard it's dangerous, and you have to make sure that you are prepared for it. Okay? Now, very few people were prepared, and that included, of course, myself. In the car, we were not really prepared for a blizzard. We didn't even think about that. Go ahead. Okay. Somewhere up ahead, a driver of a large 18-wheeler. Now, in America, the very big 货车, the big trucks are called, we say, 18-wheeler. 18轮的大卡车, we 18-wheeler. Sometimes they even have more, the really big ones, okay? So, up ahead of us, an 18-wheeler jackknifed, okay? What is it? Lost control, 失控, lost control. Okay, he lost control of his big rig. A rig is another way, 可能是术语, a big rig is 大卡车, 卡车, 大卡车. So the big rig, and it jackknifed. Now, I've asked many people, give me a good translation of jackknife. Jackknife is a knife, 是一个刀子，能够合起来. And if you take this jackknife and 这个片子这个刀片，它会开起来，这个所以叫 jackknife. Okay, so when we say that a truck jackknifed, it means that it's 变成 V 型的. In other words, 原来是直的, it was straight, and then he put on the brakes, and then the back started to come around, and it became like a V. Okay, like, well, does that look like a V? Well, anyway, it did. And it jackknifed across the road. 横过. Okay, 横过 the 马路. Okay, 高速公路. Okay, and what? 阻止, blocked the westbound traffic. So, 凡是朝着西方的, okay, stopped. 这个阻止. In other words, it just totally stopped. You couldn't go around it because it was all the way across the road. Going on. What followed next was an inevitable chain reaction. What do you call a chain reaction? Okay, chain reaction 是连锁反应，连锁反应。One stops, another one stops, another one stops. So a chain reaction is 连锁反应. So, and this becomes very scary, especially if the visibility 你看得不太清楚, and we'll see that in just a moment. What followed next was the inevitable. What does inevitable mean? It means that 理所当然的 obvious. It means that 一定要发生的 okay? Maybe that's even a better translation. 一定要发生的 I mean, if one stops, of course, the next one's got to stop and stop and stop and stop. Okay? Cars and trucks stopped short of each other. Now, what does it mean when a car and a truck stop short of each other? Let me see if I can explain. So, here we are going down the road, okay? Two vehicles. This one stops. This one continues and stops just short of the one ahead of it, which means it didn't pung. It didn't 没有撞到. It stopped short of this one. In other words, 还是有一点点距离. Of course, that's the way it's supposed to be. But going on, in some cases, 有些情况, there were more accidents. Of course, 还有一些其他的意外. As cars to the rear were unable to brake in time. 在后面的车 rear 就是后面的车 were unable to brake 刹车没有时间刹车就撞上前面的车子 Okay? In some cases, there were more accidents. Okay? As the cars in the rear were unable to brake or stop in time. Going on. Fortunately, in our case, the blinding snow had already slowed us down. 幸亏在我们自己的情况 Okay, the blinding snow. What is that? The snow that causes us to be blind. Well, blind 是瞎眼. The blinding snow, when I say the blinding snow, 这个是下雪大到什么地步？看不清 Okay? And it had slowed us down to a crawl. 叫我们慢下来 to a crawl. Crawl 是爬. Of course, it means very slow, right? If that's the case, then we stopped without difficulty. 我们能够停的就没问题. By the way, when you keep in mind that the road is very slippery, 这个路很滑, right? Because it's so slippery, when you put on the brakes, 刹车的时候, you can't stop. That's the problem. But we had no problem. We stopped without difficulty. 根本没有问题了. Okay, go ahead. And now came the big wait. 我们就开始等. We sat there in line, 排队, of course. Car ahead of us, car behind us, or truck ahead of us, truck behind us. Many. Okay, we sat there in line for quite a while, 相当长的一个时间, with our headlights 我们车子的前灯大灯啊 OK revealing 照出来 to reveal or 显出来 to reveal of course is 显出来 but maybe you could just say it's lighting up 照出来 the howling blizzard outside 在车外有这个 howling blizzard 这个呼呼啸啸的暴风雪 that the howling blizzard. I mean, the wind is blowing so loud that it's actually making noise. Going on. The car in okay, okay. Maybe did we miss one there? There was and now okay. There was no problem. So I thought because the heater in the car, the heater in the car. Every car has a heater, right? The car heater kept us warm, okay? Because the heater in the car kept all of us toasty warm. Do you know what toast is? Toast is 吐司. But we use the word toasty 加一个 s, T-O-A-S-T 加一个 y. Toasty means 很温暖的暖和的意思呢 So it kept us all 这个暖气使我们都很温暖 Toasty warm 好像吐司一样 Okay, and we had plenty of gas 我们的汽油也是够多了所以这个没有问题啊 But there was no problem. So I thought. What does so I thought mean? So I thought means 我认为 so 没有问题 Now, when you say something like that, 事实上是有问题的 But I didn't know that at the time. Okay, going on. The car in front of us moved. Okay, so the car in front of us moved. That was good news. The car moved. And thinking that the traffic was moving again, 我就想交通还在往前进 It's moving again. I let out the clutch. 我就放了这个离合器 But instead of going forward, I killed the engine. So what does it say here? Instead of going forward, 你放那个离合器 you should go forward, right? But I killed the engine. 车子就死火 Well, under normal circumstances, should be no problem. This is a long time ago, and they may have a generator and not an alternator anyway. 充电是一个问题 because, going on, no problem. I thought, I'll just start up the engine again. 我还是要发动 But the car wouldn't start. Uh-oh. 有问题车子没办法发动 Oh, no problem. 我认为 no problem. Okay, go ahead. Next, I turned off the lights because if the electricity in the battery is low, you turn off the lights, you turn off the heater. Why do you do that? to conserve electricity. To conserve 节约所用的电 okay? There just wasn't enough juice to start the engine. Okay, you notice this, juice. Okay, 水果汁. But in American 俗语, juice is another name for electricity. There just was not enough juice. That is, there wasn't enough electricity to start the engine. Going on. Now we had a problem. None of us were dressed for the blizzard. As we mentioned earlier, I doubt anybody was prepared for a blizzard. And 没有好好穿衣服特别是为了一个暴风雪穿得好. And by now, everything was black. Of course, it was night time. 已经晚上. And the air inside was becoming chilly. Okay, chilly. Chilly 这个刺骨的这个冷啊，就是 chilly. It's starting to get cold. 就冷了. This is inside the car. And things are getting chilly. So what are we going to do? Going on. Remembering that there were some blankets. Blankets? 毛毯. I remembered that there were some blankets outside. So I said, okay, we'll go outside. Okay, 后备箱子, 车子后备箱子. Okay, so we'll go outside and go get the blankets in the trunk. A trunk is a 后备箱子. You know, you open it up and so on and so forth. We got out. I got out, not we. Okay, I got out in the icy blast. Icy blast. 这个寒冷的疾风啊，疾风 blast. Of course, blast sometimes has 爆炸的 well, not quite explosion, but a blast. Yeah, it does have that meaning. But an icy blast means 这个疾风啊. I got out in the icy blast and got them. Well, I was hoping to get them right away, but I had a little problem going on. About this time, the traffic started to flow, but we were stuck. What does it mean that we were stuck? That means that we couldn't do anything. Usually, if you get stuck in the mud, 在泥巴路这个陷下去. In other words, you're stuck. You can't move forward, can't move backwards, can't move this way and that way. You're stuck. 就停顿了. Stuck. 停顿了. The traffic started to flow. 交通就开始这个往前进，开始往西方去. But we didn't. Okay, go ahead. An elderly man and his wife offered to take Connie's sister and the other girl on to Portland. Okay, an elderly man and his wife, okay, 一个年老的一个先生和他的妻子 ，okay, 提供就是说愿意带 Connie's sister 她的妹妹 ，okay, 妹妹和另外一位女同学，这个女的 also with us. There were 4 of us to start with, okay, and he said, sure, I will take you to Portland. We told them Hey, they wanted to go to the Adventist hospital. 他们是想要去这个Adventist 这个医院。So I said, take them there. We know how to get there. We'll catch up with you. If you'll take them first, no problem. Okay, so that left the two of us alone to wait for a tow truck. Okay, 那他们走了以后 it left the two of us. The two of us, 我们两位就留下来 alone, 单独，没有别人。Okay, to wait for a tow truck. 要等一个拖车来帮助我们。Now, we will tell more of the story later on. In this story, there are a number of things that as I look back on, it's quite interesting. If you remember from the past, that already that day I knew that the electricity in the battery was low. 电瓶的电已经满低的。And maybe the generator 发电器可能是有问题 because we were waiting and waiting and waiting and I didn't realize it, but we were not charging the battery. 没有这个电瓶充电 and that had a problem. Well, we will tell more of this story next time, but for now, let me share with you that we do have an email address. 你可以写 email 给老校长 the old principal at gmail.com, or you can look at some of our programs on the website www.theoldprinciple.org. Hey, it's been great to be with you. I hope that you will join us again next time. Until then, bye-bye.